Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode at Social Grace Co. I'm so excited to always bring in different products with Social Grace Co. I'm very honored to be a host here. My name is Christopher Macken, and I love nothing more than to be able to bring all of you these exciting companies that are really changing the way we think about products. I'd love for you to follow me on Instagram. Social Grace Co. is just such an important part of my life. And if you have any questions about anything that you see on any one of my shows, you can always reach out to me there at The Real Macken. Today's show is no different than a lot of the other ones. I'm going to be real honest with you. I mean, I have learned so much in doing this and being a host for them, especially in the realm of CBD. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I didn't know a lot about CBD. And I'm not going to stand here and pretend like I did. I was curious about it, especially with the holistic health benefits, because as I get older, I'm more interested in making sure that my body is in tune and I'm doing everything that I can do for a natural approach to wellness. But in reality, I just felt like there was so much out there that I didn't know where to turn for answers. And socialgraceco.com kind of helped answer those questions for me. This show is no different. I'm actually going to be learning right along with all of you today. Today, it's all about ZenBarn Farms. ZenBarn Farms gives us a beautiful approach at growing, manufacturing, and distributing incredible CBD products. It's natural and it's a small family-owned operation that helps us to make sure that all of the products that you're receiving have that little extra personal touch. So forget everything that you know about CBD and focus in on this show. This is going to be a good ride. Today, we're talking CBD flowers. This is something I knew nothing about, and I was super excited to learn it. And thank goodness I have friends. I'm friends with someone like Maia Powell, who's going to be joining us on this show to give us the ins and outs of everything. I wanted to ask her some questions, just like you, and learn a little bit along the way too. The flowers give us a natural approach, the very thing that grows so beautifully from the earth that has the power to bring us wellness at a holistic approach and on a level that we make sure that our body is really doing what it's designed to do. So without further ado, I do kind of want to just go ahead and bring in Maia really quick because she really is the authority. Girl, I love you, and I'm so glad to have you back on the show. Oh my gosh, Maia, we can't hear you right now. We could be having an audio issue. It's okay. So while Maia is going to check that out really quick, we're going to check back with her in just a few seconds so she can figure that out. Look, it's live, people. It happens. So I'm going to let you know a little bit about my background in CBD. It's short, first and foremost. But I also suffered from a lot of things that so many of you did. And that was anxiety, sleep deprivation, because I'm not someone who sleeps very much. I'm always on the go. And at the same time, I had some really common issues with back soreness. I work out a lot. And so my body just needed to recover. And I had no understanding of the fact that there was something called an endocannabinoid system. Maia, are you with us?
I hope so. Can you hear me?
Did you like what I just did just then? Because it's called stalling.
Yes, I thought it went flawlessly. I was in the background like, can you hear me? I don't know if this works, but hi everyone. I'm so excited to share ZenBarn Farms CBD with you.
So Maia, I have to say, if for all of you who are watching, if you happen to have tuned in while we were all in New York, Maia and I were able to do shows together. And so doing it remotely again, I'm in the studio in Atlanta. Maia, you're in Vermont. And it was right. Just, I wish that we were back in the Big Apple together again soon. We'll be back there soon. Today, Maia, we're talking about CBD in a whole new way. And girl, you know me, we are actual friends. So I'm not going to BS you here. I'm going to be learning some stuff from you today. So I'm really, really excited. I've tried the tinctures from ZenBarn Farms. I've tried some of the bath bombs and I love the products. Now I want to get to know the flowers, the
Let's
CBD
do it.
flowers. So I want to kind of dive into it because before we start the show, and I want to let everyone know, Maia and I, first and foremost, we love to get to know every single one of you. And so wherever you're from in the world, make sure you just pop it in the comment section if you're watching from Facebook or from YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from, where you're shopping from today, because we want to get to know you too. Secondly, if you have any questions, if you're like me and you don't know a lot about something and you want to ask, please ask your question in the comment section. And while we're live, Maia is going to be able to answer your question live and in real time, because I can promise you something. Listen to me, people. It's okay to ask questions. There's no such thing as a stupid question, because I promise you 3,000 other people want to know the answer to that question too. Probably I'm one of them. So please feel free to ask those questions. So Maia, one more thing before we get started on learning. I want to let everyone know this is not just a learning show. At socialgraceco.com, we're bringing you products, not that you have to go and hunt for. Now you can find them very easily. So if you happen to be shopping from Facebook or from YouTube, the description of this show contains a link, and that link will take you right on over to socialgraceco.com, where you can find all of the items that we have listed in this show and more. So make sure that you're looking up that as well. And if you happen to be shopping and watching from socialgraceco.com, then you are already there. So look no further. Okay, Maia. Okay, I thought that it was a CBD flower. It's so much more than that. ZenBarn dives in depth in making sure that they're bringing premium quality. So I wanted to ask you a favor. I wanted you to explain to us a little bit what makes the flower so unique. Number one, I mean, we're not talking THC here. This is not there's no other effects. There's no high. This is CBD. This is wellness. So first of all, I wanted to cover that. But secondly, we're talking about some pretty different aromas and flavors here.
Yeah.
Would you mind giving us a little insight into the science behind what makes that happen?
Sure. So, of course, CBD is short for cannabidiol, just the real basics for you right up front, which is a compound that's found in the hemp plant. And that compound is what gives us the relief we're looking for, whether you're suffering from chronic pain or anxiety or sleeplessness, whatever it might be. That's the compound that works its magic in your body. But there are so many other compounds in the hemp flower and in that CBD that really make it effective. And one of those compounds is called a terpene or terpenes. Now, terpenes are an aromatic compound that is found in plants, not just the hemp flower, but all of your favorite plants. Think about how good lavender smells. Well, lavender smells good because of the terpenes that are found in it. And these terpenes are what create the flavor and the scent profile of each hemp flower. And what's really cool about it is it's almost like aromatherapy from your CBD flower. The different scents kind of induce different feelings. So we have a few different products on screen right now. The first one that we're looking at is the Suver Haze. All right. The Suver Haze is a really incredible indoor grown flower. So since it's grown indoors, that means it has really beautiful crystals and just this gorgeous dense bud. Now, this one smells really citrusy. It's got some pepper notes to it. It's really a quite delightful scent. And the feeling associated with this flower, and of course, it's all subjective, right? We all feel different things when we smell lavender. I'll just use that as an example again. Most of us feel calm, right? And relaxed. Well, the same thing goes for the Suver Haze indoor flower. It's going to give you that calm and happy feeling that's great for any time. So this is something that you could do, morning, noon, night, totally up to you, but that is a suitable flower for all day use. And this is a craft grown USDA organic flower. And that's part of why it smells so good, why it tastes so good, and why it smokes really well. By the way, you can smoke these on water pipe, with rolling papers. You can also bake these and put it in your food. So it's kind of a versatile product as well when we're talking about flower. let's move on to the Bubba Kush. So the Bubba Kush is one of the best strains for relaxation at the end of the day. The terpenes in this plant create a scent that's very earthy and pine-like. And it's almost like CBD aromatherapy. It really is. It gives you this soothing and insightful feeling that's perfect, again, for evening time. So if you're somebody that gets to the end of the day and your mind's running and you kind of feel like you can't turn off, this would be the perfect one for you to try out. But it's always fun to try a few different ones and see how they affect you, because again, we're all different. So you might find that Bubba Kush, it does relax you, but it doesn't put you to sleep. But Suver Haze does put you to sleep. Again, it's all up to that subjective experience. But just speaking from my experience, I like the Bubba Kush for nighttime. All right, the next one we have, we'll talk about the CBG White. So CBG White is really a cool flower. So this has the potential to increase anandamide, which is in your body, and it's a substance that helps to regulate your focus, appetite, mood, and sleep. And so CBG is really good for all of those things I just mentioned. Again, if you have trouble focusing, if maybe your appetite has just been off lately, or your mood is fluctuating, or you just can't get a good night's sleep, I actually recommend trying CBG White in the morning. And then at night, you'll realize you feel a little bit more balanced. That cultivar, the CBG White, it's a little earthy, it's a little spicy, it's a very pungent aroma. It's a quite nice experience. It has bright and frosty crystals on it, and the flower also has a lot of bright orange hairs coming out. So it's a really pretty flower. There's a little bit of vanilla in there as well. So all of these flowers, I just want to let you know one more time, they are grown in Vermont by small craft family farm producers. And what we do at ZenBarn Farms is we actually pick the best of the best from those crops.
So I want to ask you a question really quick though, Maia, because, okay, I'm the dummy here, right? I'm someone who has always wanted to know more about this and just never knew who to ask. And thanks to socialgraceco.com and ZenBarn Farms, I have the ability to do that now. So it sounds to me like there is not just a flavor, but there is a flower for every situation or every time of day, really.
Totally. Yeah. Absolutely. And I think we do have a combo set that we're going to be talking about in just a moment, which I think is a great way to dabble and really figure out what works for you. But really, the flowers that we just talked about are appropriate for pretty much any time. But again, I do find the Bubba Kush really good for evening. Suver Haze, a great anytime flower. CBG White, really a nice way to get an uplifting feeling, almost like this calm energy. And we have eighths and gram sizes.
I was going to say, I do want to throw out there just really quick, so everyone at home, so you know what you're looking at right now. For 1 gram of the CBD hemp flower, we're talking $8, only $8. And then for 1/8 of an ounce, it's $25. So if you see me looking at my monitor, please forgive me. I'm just making sure that I've got all the information right. So we're going to go through several different flavors here, and Maia's going to talk us through all of them. But keep in mind that while we're going through them, all of them are available on the link in the description to this show on Facebook, as well as on YouTube at socialgraceco.com. So that link will take you to all of these. So, okay, Maia, I did my little piece. Now, let's go back to the beginning of the flowers, because I would love for Maia to kind of walk us through that really quick.
Yeah. So it looks like we're talking about Suver Haze. I think I need glasses, you guys. That's something CBD can't solve for me. I just need to get my vision checked. So Suver Haze, this is an indoor grown flower, which means it's going to have a beautiful density to the bud. It has beautiful crystals as well. And it's a really citrusy and peppery scent, which I think is great for any time of the day. It has this calm and happy feeling to it. That's wonderful. Again, morning to night, you can use this anytime you want. And this is a USDA certified organic flower. So you can trust that these are products that are safe for you to use. They're totally organic, and not just organic. These are grown on small family farms, where at ZenBarn Farms, we actually go ahead and we work with these small producers and we look at their crop And by the way, all of their crops are gorgeous, and we just pick the best of the best from their crops. So this is ultra premium. It's also hand trimmed, which means you are going to get all those beautiful little crystals that I think make the hemp plant so magical. Okay, this next one that we have is the Sour Suver Haze. This is also an indoor flower. Beautiful bud. You can see it's a little bit less dense. It almost looks like a fractal. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but they're like these natural patterns that you see in a nautilus shell. You can just kind of see that beautiful movement to this flower, again, both in 1/8 and gram sizes, so you can get as much as you need. You can try it out in that gram size, which I think is great. So the Sour Suver is a little bit different. It is still a really relaxing strain. You're going to hear that word calm and relaxed a lot when it comes to CBD, because these plants are just really great for anxiety and promoting that relaxation. This is also,
can I point something out really quick as you're describing this? So I was someone who, yes, I suffer from anxiety and sleeplessness. I think a good description would be I'm a highly wound person. So I loved the notion of calm that I heard with CBD, but what I didn't know is that it doesn't knock you out.
Right.
So,
it's not like you're going to smoke it and then pass out. Like you'll just feel at rest.
Exactly. And that was so important to me because I still wanted to be me. I still wanted to be focused. I still wanted to be productive. I wanted to be able to be excited about things. I didn't want anything that was going to mellow me to an extreme like that. So when we're talking about CBD, for all of you at home, even in the flower form, we're not talking about numbing. We're talking about allowing you to align. I just wanted to point that out because it has helped me. I'm able to focus better than I've ever focused before.
I'm so happy to hear that. I love.
Okay, I'm going back to you now, Maya. I'm going back to you.
That was so helpful and such a valuable comment that you just made, because there are a lot of products out there, pharmaceuticals, other natural remedies, but what I don't like about them is they do have side effects, right? You either feel groggy or you don't feel like yourself, and that's no good. We want to be just the best, healthiest version of ourselves. And I think CBD can really help facilitate that. Again, just giving you that calm energy, but still with the ability to be productive, to your point, Christopher, which I think is really important. We want to be productive. We got to get through all this stuff.
I have to be.
We're busy. We have stuff going on. This can be a great way to just take a little bit of that stress away. And by the way, another great thing about these flowers is that it's actually the fastest way for you to feel the effects of CBD. So if you smoke CBD flower, you are immediately going to feel the effects. Whereas if you take a tincture, and perhaps you've tried a tincture or a topical, you'll feel the effects, but it usually takes about 30 minutes to an hour. So this is a great way for you to quickly feel relief. So what's on your screen right now is the CBG white. Again, both in the 1/8 size and in the gram size. CBG is one of my favorite CBD cultivars.
So this what is CBG?
So I'm probably going to butcher this, but it's cannabigerol. It's a different cannabinoid. Thank you. It's a different cannabinoid in the hemp plant. So CBD is a cannabinoid, CBG is a cannabinoid. The CBG cannabinoid is really ideal for helping us regulate our focus and attention and our appetite, our mood, and our sleep. But I really want to focus on the focus here, because that's really the name of the game with CBG. It's almost like having that cup of coffee without the midday crash and without the coffee jitters. So I really like CBG for busy mornings and afternoons where I just need a little bit of that natural energy without the crash and without the anxiety. I'm already an anxious person. I don't need cold brew to send me off over the edge. So that's one of the reasons I really like CBG. This one does have a little bit of this like florally vanilla scent. It's really quite lovely. If you are somebody that is looking for maybe a coffee alternative, I would recommend this. It is great for all those other things we've been talking about: appetite, sleep, mood, anxiety. But I do think the focus is that natural energy with CBG. It's really quite exceptional. And if you've never tried it, I highly recommend.
Can we go back to the CBG one more time, Mr. Producer? I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because I want to ask a quick question. You mentioned earlier that obviously the quickest way is to smoke it, but with the flower, if maybe you're a culinary aficionado and you wanted to create, I mean, I could see making like a butter for a bagel in the morning. Is that like, am I off base in thinking that?
No, not at all. So the only thing is, so when you're cooking, which you have to do to feel the beneficial effects of CBD, you have to do what's called decarbing it. So you can Google this. It's really quite easy, but essentially you just have to bake the flour in the oven at a low temperature to release the CBD compounds, and then you can use it in your cooking. So that butter idea, you could do like an olive oil. The thing is, these all taste so good because they are farm fresh and USDA organic. So they really do have incredible flavors, almost like an herb you would use in your cooking. So if you wanted to make a tasting olive oil with some balsamic vinegar on the side.
You're making my mouth water. I haven't had dinner yet.
I'm really hungry. That sounds really good.
Okay, so that was just my quick question, because when you were talking about focus, I was thinking, oh, how wonderful would it be to start the day like that, because coffee does tend to give me the jitters and can make my anxiety worse. And so I thought, well, if I could get that focus and get that oomph for the day, but at the same time, not have to deal with any of those side effects. Okay, back to you, Maia. Keep going.
I love it. I'm sorry again. I believe we were looking at Bubba Kush, and I was still talking about the CBG weight. So I'll touch on the Bubba Kush. So again, this is one of the best strains or cultivars. We use those words interchangeably when it comes to CBD flower. This is one of the best cultivars for relaxation and that bedtime vibe. So if you find yourself in the evenings, kind of just feeling like your mind is running and you can't relax, you can't let go of the day, this can be a really nice way for you to transition into that restful evening state in a way that doesn't produce that groggy effect the next day, which I think is really nice, because if you're like me and you do have trouble falling asleep, but you also don't want to wake up and feel like you got hit by a bus because you're so tired from, whatever it is, the Benadryl that you took, this is perfect because it's, again, just that quick release from smoking. You could also eat it like Christopher and I were talking about. It's that quick effect followed by a really soothing and relaxed feeling. And again, the things that create the scent, the aroma, the flavor, and some of these effects that I'm describing, like feeling soothed, are in part from the incredible terpenes that are inside this plant. And terpenes are almost like CBD aromatherapy. Terpenes are what give lavender its relaxing quality. So it's really pretty unique and pretty interesting, I think. There's a lot of science behind this, but it's just a wonderful way to experience the hemp plant in all its glory. And again, all USDA organic, farm fresh, and just a lovely scent and a lovely experience.
I love it. I think that this adds such an interesting way for us to be able to take into our own hands, our overall wellness. I mean, Maia, how many times have you seen the commercials that are like, if you suffer from this, right. this. I mean, it's nonstop. And I swear the potential side effects are worse than just having the problem.
They're like,
that you originally
by
had.
the way, you might grow a third arm, but like, it's cool,
but you'll
right?
be calm. Like, and I don't want. And so CBD was a very welcome breath of fresh air for me because it's natural and there's so many studies that show the benefits of it. I mean, I kind of was interested in trying it out for my own reasons. I mean, look, I'm kind of bearing my soul here, guys, but sleepless nights, the anxiety, tightly wound, trouble focusing, all of the things that so many people deal with. I'm not the only one, but I wanted a natural alternative. I did not want a pharmaceutical pill to help me with that. And ZenBarn Farms has given us such a wonderful array of products. The flowers excite me, not gonna lie. They really excite me.
the flowers are such a great way to reap the benefits of CBD really, really quickly. So again, if you're experiencing any of the things we've been talking about, from anxiety to sleeplessness to we actually haven't talked about this yet, but sports recovery. For me, if I'm going for a long run and I'm really sore and my knee hurts, this is a great way for me to get relief really, really fast and not have
And
to
if
wait
you
around for
smoke
it.
it, if you smoke the product, the flower, the hemp flower, then you get relief as well.
Totally. So again,
Oh,
whether it's aches and pains or it's more of like a mental issue, like anxiety could be, this is really ideal. So again, you can always supplement with your topical CBD if that's something you like to use. I like to use both, but yeah, aches and pains, sleeplessness, anxiety, a little boost of energy from that CBG white is also a great application. So it's a really versatile plant and it's been used for centuries. This isn't anything new, but I think it's new for a lot of people because now there's so much research and there's so much less stigma because this is legal in all 50
I was
states.
going to say the stigma, Maya, the stigma associated with it is what I think scared so many people off, including myself.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I'll say it. So legal in all 50 states.
Yes. Below the
Um,
legal limit of THC, so below 0.3 THC, so it's non-psychoactive.
and CBD is perfectly safe for me to. Can I take it on a plane?
You can take it on a plane, but what I will say is if you're taking flour with you, just make sure you have the package on it that says CBD.
You're smart.
And they do look the same. As long as you have evidence that it's CBD flour, you're good to go.
You're right. You're right. Okay. So if you do take it on a plane, make sure you keep it in the package so that the people know that it is actually CBD and you are legally allowed to have it. So this is a natural alternative with no psychoactive effects. So we do have one more thing that I would like to throw up there, and this is the 3-piece set, the 3-pack here, that gives us 3 different flower flavor profiles. Talk to us a little bit about this because it's only $24 for you to get the 3 different flavors.
Yeah, it's a really incredible value. It comes in our really beautiful box made in Vermont with love, and you'll get 3-gram size packages inside. So the grams that you will get in this value combo pack are the CBG white. So that's the one we talked about for focus and energy. Then you're also going to get the sour soother. Now, this is an indoor flower. It's a very joyful and relaxing strain. I really recommend it for any time you're just feeling anxious and you just want to calm down, but not feel sleepy. The next one that's in this is the Bubba Kush. So that's the one we talked about with being really suitable for relaxation and evening time. So Bubba Kush, perfect. Like, think of it as your nightcap. You're having a little cup of chamomile tea, you're watching your favorite TV show, you have a little bit of the Bubba Kush. It's a really nice way to experience the flower. I think, Christopher, that the combo set is great for trying out to find what you like. So we already talked about how, of course, the feeling of anything is going to be kind of subjective, right? Of course, we can kind of tell you a little bit about how you may feel. But when you get these home and you experience the beautiful aromas and the wonderful flavor profile and the effects that you're going to feel, that way you can really figure out what's working best for you. And then you can go ahead and go back on the website and order, a different amount. You could get an 1/8, you could get another gram, totally up to you.
And when you learn that you can be creative with it, I think that that's probably what's most exciting to me, to be honest with you, is that we can be creative in the kitchen and create a natural alternative to all of the things that have kind of, plagued me for a long time because I refuse to do the prescription medication thing. There's too many side effects. I don't want to feel numb. I just want to feel like me, with a little more focus and a little less anxiety. And that's exactly what I've gotten from CBD. It's a miracle. And to think that it has been so stigmatized. I'm going to use your word. It's been so stigmatized for so long that there's people out there who could have really benefited from this for a very long time, and we're just now waking up to it. That's kind of mind-boggling to me. But to listen, from me to you and everyone at ZenBarn Farms, thank you so much for everything that you do, and thank you for coming on and helping to share all of your knowledge, Maia. I love you as a friend. I adore you as a mentor and a teacher. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I adore you as well. Thank you, everybody, for having me. I hope you learned a little bit. I hope you feel good when you try these products. So thank you so much.
Well, listen, I will probably be talking to you tomorrow. So I will see you soon. Thank you, Maia.
All right. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. So, I mean, gosh, isn't Maia great? Like, I just adore her in every single way. She's so hilarious to be around, and she's become such a great friend, but she's so smart and so knowledgeable. And for her to be able to bring these ZenBarn Farms products to us at socialgraceco.com, it is truly a blessing to be able to learn, grow, and have access to these incredible things that can really benefit our lives for the better. As always, we would love for you to follow us on Instagram at Social Grace Co. So make sure you're looking at us up there, and make sure you like and share this show. If you're watching from Facebook, give us a like, give us a share, comment, and tag a friend who may be interested in learning a little bit more about how CBD can benefit their life. As always, everyone, my name is Christopher Macken for Social Grace Co. I'm so honored to be here. I hope that for the rest of the evening, you're good to yourself and good to everyone else. We've got more fun shows coming at you tomorrow.